Hello again, witchy people. A HedgeWitch view on divination and different forms of divination. And this time I'm going to talk about something that just isn't very popular anymore. And I think the reason it's not very popular anymore is because most people don't have a lot of these books. So the divination technique this time, so I just realised there's a sticker on the back of here and I've had this book for years. The divination technique this time is Bibliomancy. Some people like to call it book reading, but I find that quite confusing. Now, there are several different ways you can approach this. You can have a book, any book that you feel bound to in some way, that you always refer to in Bibliomancy. Or you can walk up to a bookshelf and just pick a book, feel drawn to a particular book. This was the book I picked today off my bottom shelf, just because I thought it'd be easy, because it would have more pages full of words rather than just small specifics. And Bibliomancy is this easy. You get your book, or you pick your book. You hold it in your hands and you think very carefully about the question you want to ask. And then you open the book. And you flip through the pages until you decide to stop. When you stop, the book is open. Go across the page until you find a tingling in your hand almost that feels. And read the line that you've chosen. Sometimes it's just a word. I'm going to read the sentence, and that sentence will give you your answer to the question in some way, hopefully. So the sentence that I have is: soon afterwards the wolf visited him, and he was pleased that everything had succeeded so well. So there you go. That's Bibliomancy. It's so quick and easy. But like I said, some people have specific books. One book that they will use for this divination technique. I have not only a choice of books on a bookcase, I have a choice of bookcases and books upon them. I am a bit of a book bug. And I hate to say this is really sad to say, but I have given away hundreds of books that I've read and won't read again, and I've kept some of my favourites, and some of them are quite I have lots of books about cults, murderers, Jack the Ripper. Love Jack the Ripper. Don't love Jack the Ripper, but I love reading and discovering things about about Jack the Ripper. Makes me sound quite sick, doesn't it? Anyway, so yeah, some people do have a very specific book. Some people will like to use their grimoire, their book of shadows, their book of thoughts, their book of dreams. Some people will just use a dictionary. The problem with using a dictionary is when you flip through, you know that the words are in alphabetical order, and that may have some bearing on where you, that will have some bearing on where you decide to stop. That's also the problem if you have a book that you have specifically for Bibliomancy, book divination, and that you get to know the book. And in some ways that can be good because you have a connection with the book, but in other ways it's not so good because you get to know the book so well, you kind of know what you're going to be picking on. So that's rather worrying. But on the second flight I saw dead fingers lying. The Godfather. See, I'm so easily distracted. It's like, oh, I want to tell you something. Shiny thing. It's been one of those days. My kitchen is half ripped up. Anyway, back to Bibliomancy. So some people like to use a form of spirit writing when they use Bibliomancy, which is where you just basically you set yourself into a mild trance, and you hold a pen over paper, or over a book page if you don't mind writing in a book page, and you can either underline a word, or you draw something, or form words. You don't really have control over your hand, so it's better to use your least dominant hand. So like I said, there are lots of different ways to do it, but it is something that kind of has gone out of fashion with technology. We can read a book on a computer now, and it's, you know, I do love to hold a book in my hand. There's something about holding a book in your hand. You know, we've all got Kindles or Audible or something, but books are kind of special. So it is a very simple form of divination, because all you do need is the book, but some people don't have books. But it is one of, I think if you're starting off with divination, it is one of the more simple ones, because the only thing you have to interpret is what you choose, the words. You have to see how the words fit into the question that you asked. Obviously it's not as easy as pendulum dowsing, where the answer can be just yes or no. There's a bit more thought that needs to go into it. But you ask the question and the book will give you the answer. And I do like the idea of having a choice of books. Just go up to, and a choice of bookshelves, go up to a particular bookshelf and say, this is the bookshelf, this is the book, pick out the book, open the page, close my eyes, put my finger on the words. And it's that simple. Bibliomancy. I think something that's, like I said, gone out of fashion, but we should bring it back. It should become more fashionable. A fashionable form of divination would be much more fun. And an excuse to buy lots of pretty books. That's it for now. Thank you for watching, witchy people. I will be back very soon. Bye bye.